Chapter 1. Welcome to the Thunderdome of West African militaries. Tensions? More like attention. Welcome to the channel, people. Today we're diving headfirst into a region that's seen it all. Coups, conflicts, you name it. That's right, we're talking West Africa, and specifically the militaries that make the whole region go ooh and ah. Now, before you think this is just another boring list, oh no, this is about more than just tanks and troops. It's about influence, about who's got the biggest stick in a region where, let's be honest, sometimes you need a stick to get things done. So buckle up, because we're ranking the top 10 most powerful militaries in West Africa. We're talking firepower, we're talking strategy, we're talking, well, I don't want to spoil too much, but let's just say things are about to get interesting. Stick around to the very end because you do want to miss who claims that coveted #1 spot. Trust me, it's juicier than a plate of jollof rice. Chapter 2. Sierra Leone. Small country, big heart. For defense, kicking off our list at number 10, we've got Sierra Leone. Now, I know what you're thinking. Sierra Leone, the land of diamonds, and... wait, they're military? And yeah, fair enough, they've had their struggles. But hold on, because even a small country can pack a punch. We're talking about an army, navy, and air force, all in, totaling around 15,000 active personnel. Okay, not huge, but remember, it's all relative in this game. Plus, their budget, while modest, has been steadily increasing, showing they're serious about beefing things up. Now, they haven't exactly been in any major dust-ups lately, thank goodness. But hey, sometimes peace is its own victory, right? And they've been putting in work with peacekeeping missions showing they're all about that stability life. So, don't underestimate Sierra Leone. They might be small, but they're working with what they've got, and that's something to be respected, right? On to the next. Chapter 3, Liberia, from war-torn to peacekeeping pros. Sliding into the number 9 spot, we've got Liberia, a nation that knows a thing or two about rebuilding. They've emerged from the ashes of not one but 2 civil wars, and let me tell you, that's no walk in the park. But here's the thing about Liberia, they've taken those experiences and turned them into, well, if not exactly lemonade, then at least a decent glass of water. They've downsized their military, focusing on quality over quantity, and they've been cracking down on corruption, which, let's be honest, is a bigger problem than some mosquitoes in this region. And speaking of cracking down, Liberia's been putting in work on the peacekeeping front. They've sent troops to Mali and other hotspots, showing the world they're serious about maintaining peace, especially in their own backyard. They're like that friend who went through a messy breakup and came out the other side stronger, wiser, and ready to give relationship advice. You go, Liberia. Now let's talk numbers for a second. Liberia's active military personnel sits at around 2,000. I know, not exactly a massive fighting force, but remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither was a strong, stable military. They've been working with the US and other partners on training and equipment upgrades, because even the most well-intentioned soldier needs the right tools for the job, right? It's like giving a chef a rusty old spoon and expecting them to whip up a 5-star meal. Not gonna happen. But here's the thing about Liberia. They get it. They understand that true military strength isn't just about brute force, it's about professionalism, accountability, and a commitment to peace. They're basically the poster child for military reform in the region, so, while they might not be topping the charts in terms of sheer numbers, Liberia's commitment to rebuilding and reforming their military earns them a solid spot on our list. Plus, any country that can go from child soldiers to responsible peacekeepers deserves a round of applause, wouldn't you say? Welcome back to the countdown, folks. We're on number 3, and this time we're heading to Togo. Now, you might be thinking, Togo? Isn't that where they have that delicious coffee? And you'd be right, but they also have a military. See, Togo might not be the biggest kid on the block, but they've learned that in a tough neighborhood, you gotta know how to handle yourself. That's why they put a big emphasis on military training. We're talking rigorous drills, tactical exercises, the whole shebang. They even send some of their soldiers to train with other countries, picking up new skills and tactics. Now, I'm not saying they're turning into the Navy SEALs of West Africa, but they're definitely taking their defense seriously. And you know what they say, train hard, fight easy? Or maybe it's train hard, maybe don't have to fight at all. Either way, Togo's getting ready. But it's not just about manpower, people. You can't just send soldiers out with sticks and hope for the best, right? No, you need equipment. And while Togo's military hardware might not be the newest or shiniest, They've got enough to make you think twice about starting any trouble. We're talking tanks, armored vehicles, artillery, the works. Okay, maybe not the works, but enough to put up a fight. Plus, they've been upgrading their equipment lately, buying new weapons and modernizing their existing arsenal. And get this, Togo has a navy. I know, right? A landlocked country with a navy sounds like the start of a bad joke, but hey, they've got a coastline and they're determined to protect it. Plus, it's not like they're sailing the high seas, challenging the US Navy to a dance-off. It's more about patrolling their waters, keeping things in check. Now, Togo's military might not be the biggest spender in the region, but they're definitely getting value for their money. They're focusing on training, maintaining their equipment, and being prepared for any situation. So there you have it. Togo small but mighty. They might not be conquering any empires anytime soon, but they're ready to defend their borders and keep the peace. And, in a region as complex as West Africa, that's no small feat. Welcome back, folks. We're cruising through West Africa's powerful militaries, and next up, Benin. Benin knows the value of a good alliance. It's not always about how big your army is, but who you know. Benin's been strengthening ties with France, the US, and China. These are strategic alliances with serious perks. Military training, intelligence sharing, and advanced weaponry. Benin's not shy about using these connections. They're participating in joint military exercises, showing the world they're not to be underestimated. Welcome back to our countdown of West Africa's most formidable militaries. Burkina Faso faces immense challenges, battling terrorism in the Sahel region. Despite limited resources, their military shows incredible resilience. They're fighting for their homes and the future of their nation. Stay tuned for more on West Africa's most powerful militaries. Welcome back to Top 10, Most Powerful Militaries in West Africa. Today we land in Mali, a nation with a rich history and complex challenges. Mali has faced coups, rebellions, and political turmoil. The military works to maintain stability. They face challenges in the Sahara and Sahel regions. Extremist groups and smuggling networks are prevalent. Mali's military has around 20,000 soldiers. They have tanks, armored vehicles, and fighter jets. International support is crucial. France and the UN provide significant assistance. Mali's security is a global concern. Next up on our journey through West Africa's military landscape, we arrive in Senegal, a nation that's often held up as a beacon of democracy and stability in a region known for, well, the opposite. But don't let their peaceful reputation fool you. Senegal's got a military that demands respect. We're talking about a force of around 20,000 personnel, trained and equipped to handle everything from peacekeeping operations to counter-terrorism missions. And they've got the hardware to back it up with tanks, armored vehicles, and even a small navy patrolling their coastline. But Senegal's military strength isn't just about numbers and equipment, it's about their reputation. They've got a long history of professionalism and respect for human rights, which is a breath of fresh air in a region where militaries sometimes get a bad rap. This has made them a valuable partner for Western nations looking to build security partnerships in Africa. And it's not just about working with the West. Senegal has also played a key role in mediating conflicts in the region, like in neighboring Guinea-Bissau. They're seen as a stabilizing force, a country that other nations can rely on to help keep the peace. Now some might say, hold on Trevor, Senegal, really? They haven't been in a major conflict in decades. And to that I say, exactly. See, true strength isn't always about flexing your muscles on the battlefield, it's about preventing conflicts before they start, about being a responsible regional leader. And that's where Senegal really shines. They understand that security is about more than just military might. It's about addressing the root causes of instability like poverty, inequality, and lack of opportunity. That's why Senegal has been investing heavily in development projects, education, and healthcare. They know that a stable and prosperous Senegal is good for the entire region, and they're putting their money where their mouth is, contributing troops to peacekeeping missions across Africa. From the Democratic Republic of Congo to the Central African Republic, Senegalese soldiers have been on the front lines, helping to protect civilians, provide humanitarian assistance, and restore peace. It's a testament to their commitment to regional security and their belief in a better future for all of Africa. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to step into Ghana. a country whose military history is as rich and flavorful as a pot of groundnut soup. Ghana has this incredible knack for being both peaceful and powerful, kind of like that friend who can rock a baby to sleep while simultaneously deadlifting a small car. See, Ghana's military is known for its professionalism and its dedication to peacekeeping. They're like the go-to guys when things get messy on the continent. Seriously, they've sent peacekeepers to more UN missions than almost any other African country. From Lebanon to Liberia, Rwanda to Somalia, Ghanaian soldiers have been putting their lives on the line to protect civilians and create a safer world. And they don't just show up for the photo ops, they get the job done. They're known for their discipline, their training, and their commitment to human rights. But don't think for a second that Ghana's all about peacekeeping and nothing else. They've got a formidable army of around 14,000 personnel, equipped with tanks, armored vehicles, and even a small air force. They're prepared to defend their borders and their interests if needed. But here's the thing about Ghana. They're not just resting on their laurels. They know that to stay ahead of the game, you gotta keep evolving. That's why they've been investing heavily in modernizing their military, upgrading their equipment, and improving training for their soldiers. They're also focusing on cybersecurity because, let's be real, in the 21st century, warfare isn't just about guns and bombs anymore. It's about data, information, and who controls the digital battlefield. Ghana's taking that seriously. And with a growing economy and a stable democracy, Ghana has the resources and the political will to continue strengthening its military in the years to come. They're a force to be reckoned with, both on the continent and on the global stage. So there you have it. Ghana, the peacekeeping powerhouse that's also not afraid to pack a punch when needed. They're a shining example of what a modern African military can be: professional, disciplined, and committed to peace. Alright folks, coming in at number 9 we've got Côte d'Ivoire. Now, some of you might remember them from, well, let's just say they had a bit of a rough patch. Civil wars, political instability, the usual Tuesday stuff some countries deal with. But hey, everyone loves a good comeback story, right? And a comeback they made. After years of internal conflict, Côte d'Ivoire decided, you know what? We're done with this whole fighting ourselves thing. They embarked on a serious glow-up, focusing on rebuilding their military from the ground up. New training, new equipment, you name it. They even got a fresh new government to go with it, which, let's be honest, is usually a good sign. They've come a long way, and they're not done yet. They're actively working to professionalize their armed forces, improve their equipment, and even increase their troop numbers. It's like watching a whole country hit the gym and finally get ripped. So where does this leave them in the whole West African power ranking? Well, they're definitely holding their own. Their military is now considered one of the strongest in the region, and they're not afraid to flex a little muscle when they need to. They've been stepping up their game in regional peacekeeping missions, and they're taking a more active role in regional security initiatives. It's like they're saying, hey neighbors, we're here to help, but don't get any funny ideas. And you know what? It's working. Their neighbors are definitely taking notice. Côte d'Ivoire is showing everyone they're not just back in the game, they're here to win it. And finally, we've reached the top of the mountain, the Big Kahuna, the undisputed heavyweight champion of West African military might, Nigeria. Now, I'm not saying it's a surprise because, come on, it's Nigeria. They've got the biggest population in Africa, a booming economy, well, booming-ish, it's complicated, and a military that's as large and diverse as the country itself. We're talking Army, Navy, Air Force, the whole shebang. But let's be real, with great power comes, a lot of responsibility, and sometimes a little bit of chaos. Nigeria has its fair share of security challenges, from Boko Haram in the northeast to, well, let's just say they've got a lot on their plate. Despite the challenges, Nigeria's military has been stepping up to the plate, both at home and abroad. They've been the backbone of regional peacekeeping efforts, and they're playing a leading role in the fight against terrorism in the Sahel region. But it's not all sunshine and roses. Like any powerful military, there have been accusations of human rights abuses and a lack of transparency. It's a reminder that true strength comes not just from firepower, but from accountability and respect for human rights. Ultimately, Nigeria's military power is a double-edged sword. They have the potential to be a force for stability and peace in the region, but they also have a responsibility to use that power wisely and responsibly. Well folks, there you have it, the top 10 most powerful militaries in West Africa. From the comeback kids of Côte d'Ivoire to the regional heavyweight that is Nigeria, these countries are shaping the security landscape of the region. Remember, military strength is just one piece of the puzzle. True security comes from a commitment to peace, stability, and the well-being of all people. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Let us know in the comments which country you think has the most powerful military in West Africa.